Hello. I am so excited. I know I normally don't do a weekday live stream, but I also didn't expect that my new baby would be here, and I'm so excited. I don't know if some of you are aware, but my everyday Juki has been in the shop for months because of the shortages of shipping and parts. They can't get the part needed to fix it yet. So I have been lost without my Juki. And my other Juki is an F600. And ever since I got that machine, I have been a Juki fan. Actually, you know what? I had the long straight stitch only Juki earlier. I totally forgot about that. But I loved it because they're so reliable. And and I don't get any compensation for this. Please understand. This is just, I love sharing what works for me, and we can all learn something when we share this. Hello, Diana Wright. Oh, thank you. This has been really something. But being without the use of my favorite machine for 6 months is hard. And so anyway, I kept talking, and I was only half teasing. I kept telling Mark, I'm looking for a new machine. I'm looking for a new machine. And then I have a retreat coming up soon. And I thought, I have my wonderful Elna Quilter's Dream Pro, but that's a lot to carry if I'm going to go to a retreat. So I looked around just to see if I were to get a new machine, what are the features? Thank you, sweetheart, Miss Diana Wright. I love when you call me Ladybug. I just love that. So, you know, lately, it's not that I just wanted to go spend money, but I said, okay, if I were to get another machine, I love my Juki F7600. What's the one feature if I could add a feature? And that is, because I'm an art quilter and do a lot of thread sketching and thread painting, I would like the automatic presser foot lift. And so I looked around and I saw this brand because, I'm very frugal. I live on a budget like how many of the rest of us, and I can't afford to spend thousands on a sewing machine, even though I would love to. They'd be wonderful. I just don't need it for what I do. So I looked around, and this is a great entry level for this many good features that I wanted. I'm totally addicted to the automatic scissor cut, that cuts the top and the bobbin thread at the same time. I love all the Juki features, the drop-in bobbin. Just little things like when you wind the bobbin, there's a little cutter there so you can nip your thread without having to grab your scissors. When you load the bobbin in the drop-in bobbin, there's a little cutter there so you can cut the tail off your bobbin when you have it put strung in right. So there were things like this, and I'm sure everybody has their own machine. There's so many wonderful sewing machines out there, and this just happens to be the one I love the most. So this is a machine that, anytime you buy a quality machine, you're going to pay a certain amount. It's not, you can't pick them up for $100 or $200, but this is so much better. Stadium lighting. Oh, thank you. I love that Juki has not only the lighting right here over the needle, but also over the arm of the machine. I will be selling my Elna because now I'll have, when I get my other Juki back, I'll have two good workhorse machines. And I love this Elna. It needs to find a home that does traditional piecing. It's perfect for that. It's got the big long arm. You could do domestic quilting on it. It's got the scissor cutter, all of that good stuff. But this is, I told Mark, if I ever got a new machine, I wanted the pivot feature, the automatic raising of the presser foot. With the moment you stop sewing, boop, it pops up, which means I can keep both hands on the fabric and turn it or twist it. Or, when you're thread sewing, you're constantly moving around. And so that's important to me. The nice thing also, especially since, I'm getting older and I have arthritis, is I think the weight is like 21 pounds or something. That's really nice because I can move it with me. I can take it upstairs or down, and I can carry it to retreats and classes. So it is a winner for me. And I do want to give you a little shout out to applique. I didn't even think about applique. It really will. And see, my favorite thing, thank you, Diana. You're coming up with these great reasons. And I like doing collage landscape quilts. And so I end up having to stitch things down with invisible thread or matching thread. And this is going to help me so much. Every time you stop to lift a presser foot, it is tricky. Now, my Elna and my other Juki have the knee lift presser foot lifter, but I've never been able to fit comfortably where you would need to sit to use that. So just for me, this is the answer. I want to thank Errol with East Coast Sewing Machines because I have been searching and searching and searching to try to find a machine. I was first looking for used. Jukis are so rock solid. You can buy a used and get a really good deal. I could not find a used machine that could get to me in time before my retreat and for the price I wanted. So if you want a good seller, and I get no compensation for this. This is just my telling you my wonderful experience, because there are some people out there that will take advantage of you, and you have to be careful. But Errol from East Coast Sewing Machines, wonderful. He worked with me. I told him, hey, I'm on a budget. He worked with me with that. And I told him I needed to get it as soon as possible. And I ordered it Friday, and it's here today, Tuesday. I couldn't believe it. It was just, with everything shipping being so slow right now, this is like a minor miracle. I'm going to quickly just show you the site for East Coast Sewing Machines so that if you want to grab their information, because I can honestly and with all enthusiasm recommend East Coast Sewing Machines. And he is an authorized Juki dealer. You can't get better than that. And he can get you the best machine for the best price. In fact, he says nobody beats his prices. And I totally believe that. Totally. So, whoops, let me take off that. I want you to be able to see the machine, the phone number, and his email address. And anyone who answers you will get right with you. And I can tell you, because I was getting a little frantic. I had tried to get a machine from someone, and I think it was a scam. And so by the time I was ready to give up, and when I talked to him, everything came together, and now I've got it. So let's move on to the fun stuff and unbox this puppy. So Mark was like, you haven't opened it yet? It's like, it makes me nervous. I'm not used. This is my third new sewing machine in my 40 years of sewing. So this is not a common occurrence, okay? So this is exciting. This is the nicest machine I've ever bought. So I'm thrilled. Oh, we've got a few more people. Oh, it's Diana Wright. You're doing great. I should name my machine Jazzy Juki. Oh, I love that. I love that. So, okay, here we go. And I've never done this before, so bear with me and let's see what we can find. All right. So let me get the camera in place and let's see what we can do. I'm so excited. I use my sewing machine somehow every single day of my life. So this is so important. And I wanted to say this was delivered by UPS. They did a wonderful job. They carried it very carefully. There are no real marks on this box at all. I am thrilled. So here we go. All right. Let me bring this up so you can see good. And here is some foam packaging. Oh, wow. Okay. And, I love this. Another thing about Juki is they give you, let me get this lean back a little. They give you a CD that has instructions, quick instruction manual. Look at this really nice manual. And you can tell this machine has not been opened before. So let me pull off this. Okay. Here is the knee lifter. Here is the sewing pedal, the power cord. Oh, yay. Here are my supplies, feet, needles, brushes. This is exciting. And even an inspection certificate. So thank you very much. This is wonderful. All right. Here is a wonderful hard case. What I love is it has this pouch where you can fit all of your supplies in it. That's a really nice. It is a heavy case and it's padded to keep the machine nice and safe when you're traveling. Oh, this is exciting. Another bag. This is really well packaged. This is exciting. Okay, now I've got to lift this out. And it's a big machine. Don't let it fool you. Wow. It's bigger than I thought, which that's nice because it still has the weight I wanted, but it's got good size. So now I'll bring you down here. This, I know what this is, and this is one of the best things about the Juki F600 and the Juki DX7 is they include in that price a wonderful extension table. And going to a retreat like I'm going to be, this is wonderful. So, and what also I like about it, the feet are built in. All you have to do is just flip them up. Let me back this up a little bit. You just have to flip them up and they're ready to use. Now, if you're on an uneven table space, these just twist and adjust shorter or taller. So that is a beautiful table space. And it has a built-in tape measure, which I really love. Okay, there's tape on everything. So this is nice. It is packaged so well. It even smells good. So let me carefully pull this off. Carefully take this out. Okay. And Juki's, best I remember, they are a Japanese product, and the Japanese are exceptional sewing machine makers, whether it's Juki or Janome, and I'm sure there are more than that. But nice big pack of silica gel, which is important just to keep any moisture from building up and damaging the machine. Okay, let me pull all of these things off. And here is, oh wow, they have packaged this well. And this is so nice. Now, I know from my other machine that they also have bobbins, the bobbin caps, brush, the seam ripper, more feet, and this is all just right here. Now, I've been trying to read up on this machine, and I've watched a couple videos which kind of showed me, pardon me, some of the exciting things about this. So I think now, pardon me, I think now I can go ahead and unpack these. I'm going to move some of this aside, and I will be watching this right after we're done. I love it because I'm a visual person, and to be able to watch it instead of having to read a dry manual is wonderful. Nice. And this is a rubbery foot pedal. It helps keep your foot in place. Nice pads that keep it from scooting all over the place. All right. So now I'll take this, plug this in right here. Since I've had a Juki before, they're all pretty universal so far as the basics. All right. So this is exciting. Oh, I'm going to be hugging it every day for sure. In fact, it's going to be hard not wanting to take it to bed with me at night. It's like, do I have to be apart from it all night long? This, I wasn't raised getting all of my dreams. And, I've been raised on a budget. I'm comfortable on a budget. So this is very exciting. I think Mark said something like, this is going to be your Christmas forever. I'm thinking he's right. So let me just move a few things out of the way. And I think that there's supposed to be a card or something that I register the machine with to preserve the warranty. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Now I need to turn on the light so you can see this better. Look at this. Oh, that's a great idea. Now I'm going to look quick just to kind of see what I've got. Oh, boy, is that is nice. And here is the button that you push to get it to float, and it will float too. So let's say I'm quilting satin. It has a float feature so you won't get puckers in difficult fabrics to sew. Hi, Nikki. Hi, sweetie pie. And Christine, hello. I'm so excited. I just did this kind of on the spur of the moment. Oh, I'm just loving this. And the tension dial here. The needle threader is on the side of the machine here. There's also another thread cutter. There's a thread cutter here. And there's a thread cutter down here. And there's that beautiful bobbin. Now, I'm going to put one of my bobbins in it and get one of my spools of thread. And this, I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. Aha, my needle moved to the right position. Yay. I want to make sure, I'm so excited like a little kid, but I want to make sure to do this thoughtfully so I don't mess anything up. So this is going to be put up here for right now and put this cap on it. I'm going to put my bobbin in, and you put it in like this, having it come around and under and go, whoops, wait a minute. Yes, I have it come around this way, over the top, come down, go under the little wire. Let me see. Oh, that's as far as I can stretch the camera. Then it comes around point number 2, comes around point number 3, and then if you give it a little tug, it cuts your bobbin thread for you. Oh, That's wonderful. There's supposed to be another feature. Oh, I see it. There is a feature this has. Let me see if I can show it to you, which I'm thrilled about. Because when we're sewing fabrics, so often, turn this on, yeah. So often, um, when we're sewing fabrics, if you have a plate, a throat plate on here that has a wide opening so that you can do zigzag, it will tend to, when you make your first stitch, it can pull the fabric down inside. Well, let me see. Somewhere, hold on, there is a button that I'm going to push. Well, I'm going to have to look at the instructions, but there's a button to push that will slide. There's a little piece here that will slide forward to, I think, let me see. Hold on just a second. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. So do you see? Let me see if I can get you in nice and close. Oops. Whoops. Let me back out just a touch. Right here, this is the wide opening for the needle. Bye-bye, Diana, honey. It was so good. Thank you for sharing this with me, Diana. Now watch right here. If I take and push this little teeny knob thing or lever, it pushes, turns it into a single needle sewing. So that way, when I start and stop, it won't drag my fabric in. What's nice is I don't have to undo the screws and replace and put on a whole different throat plate. Then if I want it to go back, I just pull it back in there. Now it's back to the wider space. So isn't that cool? Now, that might look like a small thing, but that is not when you are busy sewing. Something, making that so easy is a dream. All right, so I've got my foot back on. This is also the free arm, so if you're doing clothing, which I do from time to time, you can take it off to get it to be just what you want. And in fact, here is the little instructional sticker that tells you how to change that from a wide needle hole to a single. All right, so now I need to have something to sew. I better hurry up and get something here. And let me find something that I can work on. All right, got something I can work on. And let's see how this is going to work. All right, so now to thread the machine, I need to come in. Whoops. There we go. Okay, to thread this machine, I need to come in here. I need to come in here and go on this side, then come up and around. You come on this side, come up and around, come down underneath this, go in between the little looper foot there, then down here, there is a little, I wish my camera could show you, but there's a little thing right there that it number 6 space. I love everything is numbered. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I've forgotten how to do this. So now I'm going to push this little knob right here down and have it thread the needle. And look at this, that easy. It threaded the needle. I love that. It has a separate motor for the bobbin winding, and I can do that at some point to show you too. So now I can just drop this down and get ready to just do a little bit of sewing and to show y'all this wonderful thing. All right, let me turn that off. Well, no, I did need that. Okay, Let me get the light over here. All right, so this is this is the first time that I'm doing this. And here is, oh, this also has the start and stop button. So if I didn't want to use my foot pedal, I could sew by just pushing a button. I've never done that before, so that would take some getting used to. I'm going to put this here. Let me press this little square. I'm doing a half square triangle on this. And I've got a lot to learn. And I am sure there are some YouTube videos that you can watch if you decide to get this model machine that will give you all of the tricks and tips. Now I'm going to do something. Since this is normally a play, when I do a little piece like this and start sewing on a little corner, I'm going to go ahead and reset that so it makes it a single hole needle play. I'm going to set that and let's see how it works. And I'm going to take and put the needle down by hand first just to make sure it's in the right place. I don't want any oopses. Thank you, Miss Nikki, sweetheart. Kim is here too. Hello. Oh, so here we go. Kim, they enjoyed your pin cushion at the contest the other day. So here I've got it lined up. I'm going to try this. And I'm going to push the start button. Let's see. Whoop. Well, maybe I need to learn how to use that. So I know why it won't work. I've got my presser foot plugged in. All right, here we go. Let's see how this does. Oh, man, is that nice. And do you hear how quiet this is? That is quiet. And now I'm going to, and see how the presser foot lifts up? Look at that. And then I'm going to push the thread cutter button. And, is that beautiful. Okay. I think it missed that bobbin. Let me press this really quickly and I'll go to sew another square on. This is exciting. I got so excited and wanted to share it with y'all, and I didn't even set up anything. I didn't even set up what I was going to sew. All I could think of is, this is exciting. I get to show them. Hold on. I'm going to work this out. I'm trying. Okay, here we go. All right. So now I'm going to put it back under, and I guess I can use that to push that button to drop. Yes, it works. To drop the presser foot, and I'm not doing the best sewing because I'm not really in front of the machine. I'm to the side so I can show it to y'all. But look at that, pops up, then I cut the thread. So this is great. I'm very, very tickled, and that is a beautiful job sewing it. That is lovely. Okay. Now, I wish I knew enough, since I'm not normally a sewing machine dealer and I am not wise to all of this. I wish I knew more about showing you all what it will do. It has memory. You can key in what stitches that it'll do, and it'll hold that memory for you. It has a bunch of, let me show you this again. It has a bunch of different alphabets, a bunch of different stitches. I mean, that is a lot. And it has probably the best, let me bring you down here. Probably has the best buttonhole system on the market today. I have used it before, and look at the extra needles. They give you needles in the machine. They give you needles in the parts bag. This is wonderful. But this you actually plug into the front of the machine and you can program in what you want it to do for your buttonholes. So that right there is one of the most awesome features of this machine. But isn't this nice? I love it, love it, love it. And the thing I love about a Juki machine is it has the box feed um, with the presser feet, which means instead of an oval, it's absolutely box feed. So you get that consistent feed every stitch you take. So I love it. I also love what I love about Juki is they are the number one maker of industrial sewing machines. And pardon me. And you learn when you are the number one maker of industrial sewing machines, you know how to make a machine that's going to last and that's going to be able to sew just about anything. And this, with having the presser foot that's more sensitive, I can get layers and layers. Oh, yeah, that is nice. And I love this. Oh, let me show you another feature I really like. I like that you can adjust the thread width and the thread length with a rotary button. I've had buttons before where that you have to keep hitting them. That is so irritating. I know it's just a matter of a few seconds, but when you're busy sewing, you don't want to sit here and try to get the stitch shorter or longer by tap, 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 tap. This, you just rotate the dial and sew. And then here it has all kinds of features that you can key in. And it's, from what they tell me, it is pretty straightforward and intuitive. So it won't be much for me to have to learn. And then I think this is like a locking stitch that if you push that button, it will do a little reverse. Here is the regular reverse. You notice with this button, it's red now, so it means it's not ready to sew. Soon as you get it straightened up, you put down your presser foot, it turns green. And right here, you've got a needle down or up. So when I'm doing thread painting, that needle will stop in the down position. And hello, Annette Parsons. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. So, and I will not tell you what price that I got on this machine, but I will tell you I did not pay the price that you see out on the market. And he worked with me, and he will make sure that if you call him up, he will work out the best deal that he can with you. So I think you'll be very pleased. And he calls you back immediately. You get immediate return to emails. I'm very, very pleased. I feel I'm very careful about giving reviews because if you were to trust me and they gave you a bad deal, I would feel horrible. But I feel totally confident into recommending East Coast Sewing Machine. And this, like I say, this is not a commercial. I paid for this. But when I find something that works with me, especially after just a week ago, getting into something that was, I think, a bit of a scam, I am thrilled to get an absolutely brand new, top-notch machine for such a good, reasonable price. And I think it'll last me a long time. So I just wanted to show you. And again, let me tell you this. This is called the DX7. That's the shortcut. Let me open it. Here we go. It's the HZL DX series. And this is the DX7. There's also a DX5. They're pretty much the same machine. It's just the differences in what it comes with. And usually the higher number means it's the best package. And I'm thrilled with this. I'm thrilled. I think it's going to be wonderful. Thank goodness it has this, because I don't do well reading these dry, boring manuals. Now, I need a comic book to learn my machine, because reading it just kind of goes right through. But having this CD is going to be a wonderful thing. And now I'm going to practice with it and learn it, because when I do go to the retreat, I don't want there to be any hitches, and I'm tickled. Any questions that you have, anybody? And it's so nice to find a dealer who's not going to try to push you into a machine that you know you can't afford. When you tell him this is the one you want, he listens to you. He doesn't try to talk you around or anything or get you in to buy a better, bigger, better machine. He also, if you ask him questions, he'll help you guide through. He is a authorized dealer, so he knows of what he sells. So anyway, I'm really tickled. I can't wait to sit here and sew on it. And come Sunday, when we do our, Thursday night when we do art quilt, and then Sunday, I'll have more to tell you about it. But any kind of questions you might have at all, I'm really, really pleased with this service. And I've been very circumspect when I've told you I was looking at a machine, because after getting kind of burned a little bit, I was nervous. And so this is so nice. And, you know, a lot of us are afraid to buy online, sight unseen. But, oh, Lisa, yes, I got a Juki. In fact, I noticed on your site, she has a Juki F600. And this is the DX, and I'm thrilled. And Lisa, my F600 has been in the shop for months because they can't get the scissor cutter parts that they need. And so I knew I needed something that I could really rely on. So I said, okay, what is the next big thing I would like to have in a machine? And this one has the automatic presser foot lifter, pivot feature, and it even will float off of over difficult fabrics. So since I spend so much time free motion applique, free motion quilting, and free motion thread sketching, I needed this. So y'all make sure you visit Lisa Cape and Quilt site. She's got a bunch of numbers. I'm just a basic entry level. She's awesome. And I enjoy watching her and learn from her too. Yes, the automatic lift. And I thought I would have to spend $2,000 at least to get the automatic lift. This is half of that. So this is exciting. It is a good feature for those of us who are on a budget. And but please think about East Coast Quilts. Tell him you're a viewer of Our Time to Quilt, and he'll give you, he said, the best deal going. And I trust him because he did that for me. So don't forget East Coast Quilting. And, oh, isn't Lisa wonderful? She's such a dear heart. I just love it. So anyway, but I'm really happy with him. I'm going to come and show you his webpage again. So if you want to jot down his email address and his phone number, and I am not getting compensated for this. I paid for this machine. But when I find a good deal, a good price, and a good, honest businessman, I feel like I have to share that with you. Because we're all looking for the same thing. We're all looking for a good, honest deal for our hard-earned money. Okay? And just to remind you, I ordered this on Friday. He's up in New Jersey. I ordered this Friday. It came in this morning. I'm serious. It came in this morning. During this time of slow shipping, I got it from Friday morning. No, actually it was Friday afternoon to this morning. I got it down here in North Carolina, which is a good ways away from New Jersey. So I'm just tickled, and that's why I wanted to pass on the good word. When people in this country nowadays do a good job, I want to shout it from the rooftops. So I hope you're excited. I wish I could show you even more things it can do, but I have a lot of learning to do on it. And the first thing I'm going to do is go watch my CD right here and to make sure I know what features this has. But I am very pleased, and I believe it sews up to 1,050 stitches per minute. That's pretty exciting. And it has the locking stitch in reverse. It can sew just by the push of a button, the thread cutter, the needle stay down or up, because if you want your needle to come up the moment you stop sewing, it will do that too. And then here is what I wanted so badly. And the moment that you stop sewing, that presser foot raises. You can have it raise different heights by how many times you push it, and it will float. So if you have like a satin fabric, you can float it and you won't get those pesky little puckers. So I'm thrilled. I'm happy. I think this is the best deal going. And so I'm excited, and I'll let you know. I'm so excited I don't know what to do, but I will let you know more on the progress in learning how to sew it. Any questions, anybody? Oh, thank you, Miss Lisa. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. So I'm very, very excited. A Juki is what I wanted. And there is a wonderful Juki that's really big, but that I'm not sure I'm ever going to get to that stage. But I love it because the quality of a Juki, and I'm not a dealer, I don't get compensated, but the quality of a Juki for the price is unbelievable. And I mean, it's a sturdy, wonderful machine. And don't forget, oh, let me show you. See this wonderful extra lighting? So they've got the light here and a light here. You don't have to try to stick up lighting anymore because it's already there for you. And you know, those little lighting strips I've tried, they come loose after a while. So it's nice to know it's already here. All right, I think now I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I'm going to go play with it. So I have a new best friend that I need to spend a lot of time with. So it wasn't in the budget. It wasn't planned, but you know what? Sometimes you have to do, a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. Y'all take good care. Have a great week. Thank you for coming and sharing in my excitement. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And thank you for spending this time with me. Okay? Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye, Miss Christine. Nice seeing you, sweetheart. Bye-bye, Miss Kim. And Nikki, thank you for sharing this with me, Nikki. You're such a dear heart girl. All right. Bye-bye. Have a great week.